Hello, this video is titled Cultural Marxism. Universities of today are the neo-Marxist breeding ground. Well, Antonio Gramsci, a cultural Marxist, thought this. Cultural Marxists needed to first seize the so-called cultural means of production, that is, the cultural forming institutions such as the media and university and even churches. Instead of joining a factory floor or making bombs in basements, a cultural Marxist professor could be a revolutionary by penning essays and teaching students. Out of this, the concept of critical theory would be developed, that is, the criticism of everything. No institution was off limits. Well, American universities, on balance, are instruments of cultural Marxism, and thereby are part of the effort to destroy the United States' founding principles. Let's take, for instance, Occidental College. Occidental College is a private liberal arts college in Los Angeles, California. It was founded in 1887 as a coeducational college by clergy and members of the Presbyterian Church. It became a non-sectarian college in 1910, and it's one of the oldest liberal arts colleges on the west coast of the United States. Barack Obama actually attended there. One of the departments is the Department of Critical Theory and Social Justice, and you can get instruction in the principles of Marxism, psychoanalysis, Frankfurt School, deconstructionism, critical race studies, queer theory, feminist theory, and post-colonial theory, amongst many others. This is coded language. It's all critical theory. Universities have deceived the citizens of the United States, as they have sought to destroy the foundation of the United States by flying the banner of critical theory rather than what they are really doing, cultural Marxism. Alumni and trustees would rightly be alarmed if they knew what was really going on. Critical theory is an approach to humanities and social philosophy that focuses on society and culture to attempt to reveal, critique, and challenge power structures. With roots in sociology and literary criticism, it argues that social problems stem more from social structures and cultural assumptions than from individuals. And so rather than individuals being self-responsible, everything else is criticized as the reason for disparities. So here's critical theory in a roadmap. First, its definition. Critical theory is a philosophical and sociological approach to understanding power and inequality in society. Its emphasis is the importance of questioning dominant culture narratives and promoting the voices of marginalized groups. Its view of power is that critical theory sees power as unevenly distributed and used to maintain and reproduce social inequalities. And its goals is that it seeks to challenge and transform power structures in the pursuit of social justice and equality. You see, it's all about the advancement of power. Critical theory necessarily has to be based on lived experiences, not necessarily real data. Critical theorists examine social conditions to bring hidden structures to light. Only they have the expertise and the insight to see these hidden structures. Critical theories align themselves with the interests opposed to those of the dominant culture. In other words, every theory that's propagated has as its intent to oppose what they perceive as the dominant culture. Critical theory is Marxism. You see, all Marxism is to criticize everything and to divide, seeking to tear down the old, especially the traditions they detest. Cultural Marxists may not be able to tell you a century or a mere decade what they will be erecting, but they do agree that they need to bulldoze the house. What we really need is critical thinking, not critical theory. We need reasoning, problem solving, and evaluating. What we need is not critical theory, but critical thinking and courage. There is now some pushback, exposing the DEI scam, the great tolerance and diversity scam. You see, they are willing to tolerate all sorts of novel inventions from new forms of marriage and sexuality with endless gender options, but they actually don't criticize everything, but only things they don't like. If you agree with their fundamental transformation, you are good and accepted. If you disagree, then prepare to be boycotted, lynched by social media mobs, your address exposed, sued, and dragged into court. What if workplace diversity is the biggest scam yet? People are starting to push back. Well, the infection occurs more in the soft sciences of sociology, history, and political theory, and completely in all the study departments of feminist studies, black studies, gender studies, queer studies, and so on. There's less impact, however, in the hard sciences. But the soft sciences infect and can infect the whole university atmosphere and mindset. So, on balance, American universities greatly tend to be instruments of cultural Marxism, and thereby are part of the effort to destroy the United States founding principles. If you looked at it on a map and thought of these universities as Marxist indoctrination centers, it'd be horrifying to see how many outposts of cultural Marxism there are in our country indoctrinating youth. Rather than defund the police, we need to defund the political Marxists in academia. But here's a hopeful picture as well. Consider this diagram. And what if every one of these dots was a Bible-believing church, a lighthouse of liberty to push back against all the academic cultural Marxist and cultural Marxist in society? What if we had a national awakening and restoration of God-given rights and our knowledge of them, of our knowledge of unalienable rights, the purpose of government, true liberty? You see, after decades of bloated government that has destroyed American citizens, we have no real understanding and experience of what it means to live truly free in a land of liberty. Let's seek that again with a nation of lighthouse churches. So we've taken a look at universities today as instruments of cultural Marxism. My name's Craig Seibert. Thanks for listening.